What's up, everybody? Prepare for Landon podcast. I am your host, Joshua Landon. We are back again with another episode. And don't worry, I know I have a gash in my forehead. You know, this is what happens when we don't agree with our surroundings. But, as is life, my guest is none other than Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice, Mr. Billy Sweet. I've known him for a while through playing shows together in bands and everything. Had a good conversation, talked about movies. Yeah, let's just dive in. Mr. Billy Sweet, let's have some fun. I'm on vacation. Let's go. Episode 2, baby!
Wow, dude!
I don't know, man. Crazy, dude. Like, I let you in my house.
What are we talking about?
What?
This is the Prepare for Landon podcast with your host, Joshua Landon. Buckle up.
Yeah, we're live now. Alrighty. Billy Sweet,
Hello.
how you doing,
My
sir?
gosh, I miss you.
Dude, I miss you,
I
man.
haven't seen you. When was the last time I saw you?
Oh, jeez.
Was it at?
Santa
Malone's?
Ana, Malone's.
Of course it was.
Well, I don't know, sometime
I think it was when we
Fall
played with
last
Farewell,
year.
right?
probably. Oh, farewell shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
Boom.
why I mentioned it.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Can I jewel in here?
Go for it. Can I jewel in here?
I don't know. Some people are like, fucking no, dude. As you rip your wheat stick.
So what's new, dude?
Dude,
You play in a band called Set Sights, correct?
yes, I
Dude,
do.
the other day when I hit you up, I was like, oh yeah, Billy, yeah, he played some seconds ago. I was just like, oh wait,
No,
it doesn't sound
not
right.
seconds ago.
I got so confused, but yeah, Set Sights.
Yes, set sites. That is correct. Yes. What is new though is the coronavirus has prevented me from doing a lot of things.
Awesome.
But
What was your job?
well, I mean, I still have my job. Right now I work at a mom and pop pizza place in downtown Fullerton called Two Saucy Broads.
Oh, sweet.
Is
it good?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely. It's New York style pizzeria.
Ooh.
We won Best Pizza Shop, I think, in 2018, or 2018. So
Impressive.
that was a big accomplishment. We've only been open for, I believe, 8 years. I think this next week coming up will be our 9th. So I still have a job though. Luckily, we are.
You've worked there the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working there since September of 2018. So
Okay.
it's been a hot minute, but we've been open the entire time just because we're technically considered an essential business because we're a restaurant. So
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough that we're still open. A lot of people, however, opted out of working just because of they didn't want to risk anything.
Mhm.
But still working, not as much as I used to, just because obviously with what's going on in the world and all that kind of stuff, just to be on the safe side, I my hours are cut a little bit, but totally fine. Like, I'm all for that. Just the mental break is nice. I'm not going to lie. It's nice.
No, yeah, I think a lot of people definitely needed the break
Oh yeah.
in a lot of ways, but then at the same time, a lot of people, I'm sure, definitely harmed.
Yeah, some people are
So-
feeling it, dude. Like, a lot of people that I know are, they're really hurting. Even with like unemployment being with where it's at right now. I also was able to file for unemployment, and I'm getting that as well, which is nice. Even though I'm still getting a paycheck, all that stuff, it's nice to have. But some people literally haven't been working the entire pandemic ever since the beginning of March.
Yeah.
And I know people that haven't left their house in that time period. Like I know a couple people out here that are like, dude, I literally don't go outside. I don't go see anybody. I don't even get to see my girlfriend and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, that is just...
Yeah, like 7 or 8 people, give or take, what you want to do with it, live here in this house. And they're basically, all of them are bartenders.
Oh, God.
And so they were all out.
All out of work.
Yeah. So it was me and one other roommate that had a job.
And what are you doing right now?
I do contract work with SpaceX.
I like.
Holy shit, space! Like, have you met Elon Musk, bro?
No.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We machine the parts for the rockets and everything. It's cool because they just had their first launch with people.
Yeah, like the other like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Our shop specifically had parts that and even parts that I had touched on that rocket.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Dude, your fingerprints are gonna be on Mars one day, bro.
Yeah.
That's so cool. How long does it take to get to Mars? Like a couple years, 4 years, or something like that? From here?
What was it? 14 hours.
I'm literally curious how long it takes to get to Mars.
I don't know. We can Google
I
it.
will Google it later. No, but I mean, I guess at the same time, the pandemic has allowed me to do some things that I've always wanted to do. Because right now, me and a couple of the guys in set sites, just because we wanted to be on the safe side and not bring COVID into our lockout space, because we share it with another band too.
Oh. Who do you share it with?
This little band called Movements.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you know who they are, but it's only the biggest band in the world right now. But so we share a space with them, and just to be on the safe side, just because we don't even know if they even are going there right now.
Yeah.
You know, I go there from time to time to create my own content, doing cover songs, and I just started a YouTube channel myself, doing like movie reviews and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And thank you. That's a venture I've been wanting to do for a while. You know, one of the benefits of having unemployment with the CARES Act going on right now is the amount of money that people are getting. And
yeah.
It's a hefty amount of money. It's a lot more money than I expected, which I'm very, very grateful for. And with that being said, I was able to invest in myself, and I was able to get my laptop fixed. I was able to get studio quality plugins, update my DAW, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm able to have professional looking and sounding content.
Yeah.
And I'm able to do that really quickly. I'm not like getting
Yeah, it looks
paid.
good. Like you didn't you shoot it with your iPhone?
Dude, I shot it with the front camera on my iPhone.
It looks great.
I just got the iPhone 11 right now.
I wish you went back to your podcast. Like, why'd you stop that?
Which one? Just the review podcast on.
No, it was like you were talking to Robert from Takers Levers, I believe.
Oh yeah, with Rob. Yeah, see, well, that was more or less just like you're talking about no consent, right?
That's the one.
Yeah, because weren't we supposed to have you on?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm down to do it, and you're like, yeah, let's do it, and then it never happened.
Yeah, that was, dude. It was at the time. It was a weird thing, like, with Amber, because Amber Paredes, she's my roommate, and I know I butchered her fucking last name, but I'm too white. I can't pronounce her last name the correct way without sounding like a fucking idiot. But she got really inundated with a lot of work. She was very busy. She was doing music videos literally left and right.
Yeah.
Like, she was completely booked up for weeks, months prior. And
well, she's good at what she does.
She's amazing at what she does, dude. She's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That being said, because of all of the content she had lined up, she was very busy with that. David was very busy with the Takers Levers EP, and myself, with set sites and my job and all that kind of stuff. We set a day aside to do no consent. We would do it, for a couple hours on Sunday nights, but it ended up getting to the point where David, myself, and Amber, we just got so busy that we just kind of not necessarily put it on the back burner. We kind of just had other priorities that not necessarily were more important, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you try to prioritize what you can.
Life happens sometimes.
Life happens, exactly. Yeah. So we just...
But you only had the one episode, right?
We had an audio episode that was 2.5 hours on YouTube, which is still up there, and then we have the one with Rob that's still up there. Okay. We had a lot of episodes backlogged, but we just didn't edit them, and some of us were just uncomfortable with like how it came out, so we didn't want to put out something that was shitty. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we just now that we moved into a brand new apartment, we are in talks of like maybe bringing it back. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to happen. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. We still have all of our other ventures and all of our other things that we are still doing. By the way, I'm so sorry. Can I charge my phone?
Yeah, we have chargers over here
Okay.
if you need them.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's been such a long time.
Actually, no, I'll charge it for a little bit.
You're one of those guys that was playing in several bands at a time, right?
No. I mean, okay. What are we talking about here? Like, what does that mean?
Well, no, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, Redeem's drummer, Zach Caldwell.
Yes. Like I know. I feel like
big fella,
Yeah.
heart
okay,
of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's awesome. He
He's wonderful.
freaking rips. But yeah, he's like, he had, for as long as I've known him, always been in like at least 6 bands at a time, playing drums, doing all the click work, everything.
It's fucking impressive.
He's a monster.
Like, there was a point in time, where like I did a lot of like fill-in work and all that kind of stuff, just because at the time I wasn't really doing much. This was prior to Set Sights. I haven't really like done any like fill-in work since Set Sights. I think like people have asked me to be like, hey, can you like help us out with the show or something like that? But just because I don't want to get in the way of, you know, my main project, I don't want to like, I don't want to get in the way of anything. So I just say that I can't. And it is, you know, at the time it is true. I couldn't do it. There was a point in time where we kind of slowed down and nothing was really coming up, which is totally fine. But yeah, I mean, at one point, like when I was in like the Mayfair days and all that kind of stuff, since we were just a local band, not really touring or anything like that, like, you know, I think I remember you asking like, hey, can you play for Redeem Revive for like a couple shows? Just
I think so.
Somebody couldn't make it or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't a full-time member in a bunch of bands at once. I like with like Mother Sound, for example, they like asked me to like fill in for like a bunch of tours just because they needed it. But it was never like like I wanted to be in that band full-time, but then Set Sights came around and obviously devoted my life's work to
Set Sights is good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man. Appreciate
Like I remember one of the last times that I saw you guys played at Malone's.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that show was incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, it went off. It was great.
Which was that, the farewell show, or was that the one where we headlined? Because
I think it was the
farewell show.
No, I think it might have been the headliner.
Because I'm pretty sure at the farewell show, that was when we were hanging outside for like a full-blown hour catching up.
Probably. I don't know.
That was
I don't know. Either way, both shows were really good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I love Farewell too.
I think didn't you play acoustic at that show?
At the Farewell one, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was...
I forgot about that.
For anyone who doesn't know, Josh, he has the voice of a fucking angel. I've always thought that. Dude, I remember when I first met you. No, when I first met you, bro, let me tell you something. When I first fucking met you, I still think you are one of, like, my inspirations. Because I don't sing very well.
You're sweet.
That is my last name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, that's so
See, I always
cheesy.
thought you should do a podcast and call it, like, Sweet Talk.
Oh, my God.
Right?
What the fuck?
Now you got
I
it.
have never thought of that.
Now you have to, right?
You want to? Okay, so I actually, like, for my movie review channel, since I'm keeping them, like, short and sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to call them short and sweet reviews.
There you go.
I think I'm going to call it that. Hopefully no one else is freaking taking that. I highly doubt it, but I think I might call it that now. But, yeah, because I also...
Just start a podcast called Sweet Talk.
Oh, man, Sweet Talk. Fuck. God, you're fucking smart.
Yeah.
I will give you 10%.
I haven't told you mine, have I?
I will give you 10% of my royalties if I ever make anything.
I appreciate it.
What's yours?
You're a peach. I'm going to show you a picture of it right now. I haven't... None of these have been released yet. None of these episodes. But yeah.
Can I say what it is right now?
Oh, yeah.
Prepare for Landon. That is fucking
With Joshua Landon.
genius, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is fucking genius.
Just, you know.
Who did the artwork? Billy?
No, I actually went to a website called fiverr.com. and it's just a website that has like a bunch of freelance artists that will like do designs and this and that, all kinds of stuff for whatever amount of price, or whatever, depending on the design and whatnot. And there's tons of them. And I just picked one out. I liked what I liked what his work.
Will you do me a favor? Will you send me a link to that? Because
yeah, of course.
Seriously, I have friends like my friend Billy Barber. I'm sure you know him.
Yep.
He did. Okay, so
I hit him up to do this artwork, but he never got back to me.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But he's a wonderful artist. By the way.
Yeah.
But so to go back to something that I was saying earlier, one of the things that I was able to do because of the pandemic is I self-recorded a pop punk EP from. Okay, so it's from a band that's no longer a band.
Who?
And I just was like, you know what? Just for the fuck of it, I want to just do this for fun, put it out on Spotify, and just be like, here.
What band?
The band was called The Light Year.
I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he broke up like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, you were in it.
This was a band I used to play guitar for.
Nice.
Like long time ago. It was like legitimately the first like local band I was ever in. And so my buddy Shay, who was the vocalist, he and I had always talked about doing reunion shows. We did a reunion show like 8 years ago. It went very well, but nothing more ever came from it. We didn't write new music or anything like that. And I've always wanted to write new music. But, you know, we're both adults. We're both in our 30s. It's like we both have life to deal with. He does his thing. I do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, we still keep in contact when we do. But so I just was like, hey, is it okay if I like re-record like the best of songs that we had and I do vocals over them and I'll just give you the credit for the lyrics and the melody? And he was like, absolutely, go right ahead. So it's all completely done. It's mastered. Everything's ready to go. I'm going to announce the date for it sometime soon. I just got to get some artwork done. Nice. The album artwork is done, but I want to get some other visual content done. So I'll probably have Billy or somebody or Amber or somebody from that website if you give me the link. Because seriously,
I'll send you the link.
Because seriously, like one of the things that I like, even though this is just like a self-funded project that I'm doing for fun, I do want it to look professional.
Yeah.
Because you never know what can happen, dude. Like, let's say a record label hits me up and is like, hey, we want to distribute your record. Great, wonderful. Let's make it. Let's do something. But I don't expect anything to happen. I just want to do this for fun. So,
yeah.
But
I feel that, man.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to get like a nice, decent artwork for this thing, because it's for fun. But like I have such a passion for doing this. Like I've done. You're probably my 7th episode, I think, and dude, it's just been such a blast.
Like, dude, and another thing too is like with the YouTube channel and the IGTV stuff, you know, it's easy. Like I use this free website called, I literally just found it like the other day. It's called, I think, Plixer, and basically
sounds familiar.
Yeah, basically just like, you know, with movie review channels, for the most part, all the thumbnails is just the poster of whatever TV, movie, video game, whatever it is you're reviewing. They take a still shot of the front of it, like, so you can literally just Google fucking whatever movie title, poster, stick it on there. I have a picture, a selfie of myself sitting down with the microphone in front of me. I just crop it out, put it in the corner. That's like my little trademark, my little corner thing, and I just like put text over it saying like whatever it is I'm reviewing, and it literally takes like, you know, 10 minutes to do. It's super easy. But like when it comes to like artwork for like other things like album artwork, sometimes, you know, other people aren't available.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he said, you know, there's sometimes people just they
get Billy.
Fucking up, dude. No,
I was like, hey, you down? Like, would you be down to do this? Like, oh yeah, man, that'd be cool. And then I was like, cool. So like, blah blah blah. I forgot what I said, but then he just didn't reply back to that. So he replied back once. Then the second time, he did not.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but sometimes, you know, dude, like just things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen. Life happens.
No,
but it is nice to have like that service that you're talking about.
It's really cool. It's like there's so many people, different kinds of styles and like all kinds of things, and like you get it depends on what their price range that they
that's what I was
pick
about
is
to
and
ask.
everything. But then you also get like 3 revisions, and you can send them like what you want back and yada yada. Because like before my artwork, there's quite a few like different colors in the word and like everything, and it just didn't look that good. And she helped me out with like color arrangements and this and that, and now I think it looks great. But yeah, so you can work back and forth with them. It's really cool.
I that's what I was about to ask too. Is like I'm guessing because they're all freelance, the price ranges are different. But
Yeah.
Like even though that might be the case, dude, just the fact that there's even a service for that.
Well, that
It's
was
so
like $37.
And that's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's like pretty, and for the quality of
Yeah.
what that is, it's amazing.
I love
It
it. Yeah.
So much like him.
Yeah, it does. It look exactly.
Dude, I was like,
you.
hey, I sent them a picture. I was like, hey, draw me doing this and like having a weird face.
Dude, let me show you what.
And they worked, and they did it great.
Let me show you the artwork Billy did for me, because he literally was like, first off, what I did was like, hey, listen to the EP, because it's going to be 8 songs, 7 originals and a cover song.
So they're all old. They're nothing new.
Technically speaking, since no one has heard them in 10 years, it's
All
going
right.
to be new for pretty much everybody.
Okay.
But these are all old songs, yes, and 1 cover song. So 7 originals and 1 cover song. So what I had Billy do was I was like, hey, dude, just listen to the EP, see what kind of vibe you get from it. And he goes, cool. And my whole thing is like, I like it when bands like kind of have a mascot for themselves. Like A Day to Remember has like the kid who always looks like the back shot behind him. He's always looking at shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, just draw me without my face tattoos. And he's like, okay. And then I'm like, whatever you get the vibe from, send me it. And this is what he did. It's wonderful.
That's pretty cool.
It kind of looks like if I was in Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I think it's great.
I love it.
I think it's wonderful. So,
Dude, he's so good.
he's fantastic, dude. Like, remember like when he posted that Rugrats reboot?
Dude, I loved it.
I
And I
loved
can't
it.
believe he got shit for
He
it.
got so much hate, and it's so funny because like he just fucking ripped into people that just
Yeah.
were like, he needs to be fired. It's like, bro, I don't even
So
fucking work for
stupid.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it also was like, I remember him posting something being like, it really sucks that I put so much time and effort into work and just people shit on it. And it's like,
It's
so much negativity came from it, but it's like, what's the saying? No press is bad press. Like, he got
It's like, just imagine like being angry at somebody's happiness.
right? Can you fucking
Like-
dude? I literally don't understand why people literally go out of their way to just talk shit to a complete stranger.
Yeah,
bro. I guarantee you, if anybody were to meet Billy Barber on the street, no one would say shit to him about his work. They
No.
would probably be like, "Oh my god, that was so good."
that's the
Draw
whole
something
keyboard
for me
warrior
now.
type mentality.
I fucking hate keyboard warriors,
Yeah.
dude. And I'm not going to sit here and say I've never done it myself either, but at the same time, it just depends on what you're being a keyboard warrior about.
I think I can say that I stand firm in never relaying a shitty comment on something.
Which is, that's great. It takes a lot. I think a lot of people don't want to say anything negative on the internet because there's no point.
Yeah.
But have you
I've
ever,
always been like the type to be like if I don't like something, I don't care enough to go out of my way and write anything.
like, how many times have
Like,
you...
I'm like, oh, I'm just not gonna watch it.
Exactly.
I'm good.
How many times have you typed out a negative comment and realized, dude, fuck this, and then delete the whole thing?
Never.
You've never done that?
I've typed out tweets and been like, this is stupid. No one's gonna care. Like, deleted it.
And that even goes with that too. It's like, dude, there's been so many times, especially with like what's been going on, the past few weeks with like the protests and police brutality and all that kind of stuff. A lot of dumb people, dumb motherfuckers are
Yeah.
coming out of the woodworks saying dumb shit, left and fucking right, dude. Saying all lives matter and shit like that. It's like, bro, do not start with that.
It's just
And
not,
I have
not the time for it kind of thing.
As much as I want to say I don't have the time for it, boy, oh boy, I got the time for it. Because, like, my thing is, dude, is like, I want people to be educated. I
Yeah.
want people to know why that saying is not. And by the way, dude, I'm not sure if you like to get political or not. I love it sometimes. But all I will say is this. The people who say dumb shit are always going to be set in their ways, and it's up to us as artists and as people who have like kind of like a more open mind to things
To
educate.
windmill kick.
Yeah, it's just to educate.
Right in the face.
I guess that can work sometimes too, I suppose. Just a fucking high kick, just a fucking Jackie Chan fucking what? You know what I mean?
What is that line?
Oh, by the way, these sour Skittles still have the sugar on them. I'm about to fuck my mouth up real good.
I couldn't find the other ones. I'm sorry.
No, dude, these are the ones that I want because I love.
Oh, I thought you wanted the other ones.
What, the ones without it?
It's sweet and sour, so they do come with some sweet and some sour, but they're all like smooth, like a normal Skittle.
Oh yeah, all these are good.
So you get smooth, not sugary sour
I get the
Skittles.
sugar ones.
Oh, dude, those mess up the roof of your mouth.
I don't care. It's so
I felt bad about getting those because I didn't want to hurt your roof of your mouth.
Bro, they are immune to it by now.
Oh
I
my
eat them all the
gosh.
time, bro.
So bad for your teeth too.
Hey, for the viewers out there, see how white they are? It's fine, bro.
That's not that bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
My teeth are used to, dude. My last name is Sweet. Remember that.
True.
Sweet tooth. They stand the test of time, bro. Trust.
Sweet teeth.
Sweet teeth, yeah.
Every tooth is a sweet tooth.
But my mouth is so used to the warheads and all that shit being so fucked up.
Hey, have you ever seen Sidecar Racing?
Joe Rogan was just talking about this with Bill Burr.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Okay. So, yeah, so you heard them talking about it.
Mhm. Just by the thumbnails alone, I'm like, already no.
Oh, this is the one. Yeah, you heard them talking about it,
Mhm.
and how, like, they stand up. It's not what I
Stand
thought.
up?
Oh, you didn't you listen? Did you pay attention?
I think I might have zoned out a
Anyway,
few
they were
times on this
talking
part,
about
'cause
they were
this
talking
is-
about how when they go around turns,
Uh-huh.
the person in the sidecar stands up to balance out the weight. So
Oh.
it was not at all what I thought. Like I thought, like you're sitting in your sidecar, right?
Yeah.
You literally stand up, and you're like, just your feet are in your seat, and you're like balancing your weight while going around this turn
What
super
the
fast.
Hell? Okay. Yeah,
I know
sure.
how impossible that seems, and it makes sense that that's not at all what it was. So this is what it is.
Okay.
So it's like they're laying down almost in that sidecar, and they stand up into the sidecar
What the fuck?
like that.
That guy.
That guy's face
Oh
is
my
just dragging on the
God.
ground.
What if a fucking rock comes up and just bashes him in the face
That's what I'm saying.
like a big boulder?
Like his shoulder is just in the grass on the ground, just scraping.
That's so bad.
That's powerful jumpsuit material, I guess.
I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? No
What if
way.
you just like lean too much over and then you fuck your shoulder up? Like you just
Yeah, like
You just get clipped, and you just
you could literally get like your arm could be popped out of its socket. You could
it gives me so much anxiety.
dislocating your shoulder is
Um,
not even the right word. You literally could annihilate your shoulder. Like that's so bad,
Dude, your face is like just like right here with the road.
dude. Dude,
You're like,
one,
oh, just another day.
one little rock could probably fuck your day up.
Oh yeah.
And I even mean one little rock. It could like.
We haven't even
impale
looked at the crashes, but we can watch
I
those
don't want to
later.
look at the crash. That, like, I don't even want to think. About
That was just them going around a normal turn.
That's fucking no way, dude.
Yeah. Insane.
It is insane. Some people just have really cool hobbies, I guess. And this is like a professional sport too.
Yeah. Dude,
Right?
you have to be one hell of a human being to do that.
I mean, oh my gosh, dude! Like this, like, and people
My
people
hat is
train
off.
for this and
Yeah.
shit. How much do these guys
Dude,
get
and
paid?
Bob sledding?
Where is this?
Yeah, where is that? It seems like that's like some European
Isle of Man, wherever that is. I'm sure it's all over the place. They
See
do
that one's
There's
Dutch, British, of course.
Yeah,
British.
it's all over the place.
so British. That's such a
So
British thing.
British.
That is so British, dude.
With
Look how
your-
old that one is.
with
Look
your
how
lollipops.
old
Dude.
that one's in black and white.
he just has goggles on.
His face is just, and look what's happening.
You can see his lips and his
Why have I
nose.
not seen this?
He has a skull cap and goggles
Are
on,
you able to?
and he's just
to
leaning.
like put this on screen or no?
Not yet. I'm not at that technology yet.
No.
These are my beginning podcast episodes. They're gonna be a little rough, and this is probably not gonna be the 7th one that comes out. It might be the 2nd. Who knows?
Hey, all right, whatever it is, it's fine. Look at this one. These guys
up in the air, they're going off
up
jumps.
in the air.
Yeah.
Sidecar motocross world champions.
That's
dude.
a different sidecar though.
No,
That's like a trolley on the side. That one's not like a laying down type of one.
And what's the purpose of the sidecar? Just to be like, oh hey,
It's the sport, so you balance out the weight.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess, but I'm looking at this guy in the middle right there in the black and white.
Like,
Imagine if that guy gets smacked in the face with a branch. Like how bad that would
This
hurt.
looks like more of like an A&E type of channel documentary thing than
It literally
than a clip.
does. Something that would be on like fucking True TV.
Yeah,
or some
I just
shit.
want to see a shot of like, oh my gosh.
Make
Okay,
a
maybe right
fucking
here.
Disney movie, dude. Look at this guy.
Oh, it's just their open face near the ground,
face.
oh my god.
a skull cap and a pair of goggles, and their open freaking
Dude,
face.
that was
Oh my gosh.
back
Nope.
in the day. You didn't, bro. That just reminds me of like when I was a kid in the '90s, dude. I cannot believe I am standing here with all 4 limbs intact. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like there are times where me and my friend in Redmond, Washington, me and my neighbor Bo Tucker, that guy and I, we would set
No
up.
Tucker.
He had a like an unhinged cabinet door that was probably about like this long, this wide. So probably by like, I don't know, maybe like 4 feet by like 8 feet, right? And so we would stack it on top of like 3 or 4 red bricks.
Mhm.
Okay? Not really that sturdy. Shit is fucking so ghetto.
Yeah.
And we would jump off of that with our bikes, like our fucking like BMX bikes. And our asses
Dude.
would go flying. And we were like 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old doing this, and our parents were like, have fun.
All right, so I got one for you.
Do it, dude. What do you got?
All right, back in the days when you had your neighborhood friends, your friend next door, down the street, whatever.
That was my guy, Bo Tucker. He
Yep.
was it.
Yep, it was me,
271.
Oren, Eric, Zach's sister Rochelle, and Becca, and that was the neighborhood kids, man.
Mhm.
And one time, we went into Oren's backyard,
Mhm.
and from Oren's backyard and on down the street, it goes into a gully.
Mhm.
So there's 20 feet of land of backyard, and then
Mhm.
it drops into a gully.
Mhm.
And so they all have this fence that boards maybe 5 feet out the gully drop off.
Uh-huh.
So you don't run into it.
Yeah.
We I can't remember if it was from the chimney or if it was from a tree branch that was right next to the chimney. But we tied a rope from that to the post of the corner of the fence, and added a zip line attachment.
Okay. All right.
And we're alive still, so we made it through.
Dude.
But yeah, that's
Dude,
one.
I used to bomb. Okay, so on my street, there was when you were going through to get to my neighborhood, I lived on a hill,
Yes.
and the hill went this steep to that steep.
Oh,
And I mean, dude, it was a steep fucking hill. I used to bomb hills on my skateboard.
gave me chills down my spine.
I used to bomb skateboarding bomb that hill skateboarding. No helmet, no pads, nada.
Dude.
And what me and my friends would do is because this is when you brought up someone who brought up bobsledding. You did.
I brought
You
up
brought up
bobsledding.
bobsledding.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Cool runnings.
Didn't mean to point you out. You brought up bobsledding.
You did it.
So, at the time when I would watch the X Games a lot, there used to be what was called street luging. You know what that is?
Oh yeah.
So imagine, okay, so there's an actual contraption, a street luge. It's a fucking I can't really explain it, but what it looked like to me was a skateboard with like a couple other attachments that you held onto, right?
Okay.
So me and my buddies, our neighborhood
Okay,
kids,
Michael Jackson.
fuck you, dude. Oh, okay.
All
No,
right.
so we would just take our skateboards, just lay flat and go down that hill.
Nope.
And we didn't check to see if cars were coming. We didn't check to see.
I did that down my neighborhood street, but it was like it was like the hill started here and then it just kind of like
was it out here or
gradually went. So it was a nice cruise.
yeah? Was it out here in Temecula or
It was in Hemet.
oh in Hemet? Okay.
Yeah.
But dude, we didn't check for cars. We didn't check for gravel in the road. You ever seen Brink?
Let's Blade, bro.
Dude,
It's my favorite movie.
The scene in Brink where Gabby gets all road rashed
Yeah.
up from the gravel.
Oh,
in the road
the
'cause of
rocks, yeah,
dickhead Val.
Yep.
Bro, okay. A side note to that in just a second.
That middle part was so hard, by the way.
Bro, the 90s middle part,
Beautiful.
staple.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. I never had it growing up. I had the bowl cut, but that's something we'll save for another time. But
I can't wait to see that.
I don't even think I have any pictures of me with a bowl cut. I'm going to be completely honest. I do have a picture, I think, from like my 10th grade yearbook picture or my 8th grade yearbook picture, and I had the front spike, and that's it. I look like the fucking Statue of Liberty. What is that?
That's my friend Todd and his
Oh,
mullet.
his mullet? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not you.
No. But he's got some rockin' hair.
But, no, so we would just bomb that hill. And then, as much of a fucking daredevil as I was, which I'm not really, but at that time I thought it was so sick because I was like, oh, let's go down with our mountain bikes and see how long we can go down this hill without holding the handlebars.
Oh my god. Dude, I've never been able to do
Hold
that
on.
anyway.
Wait a minute.
I couldn't do that anyway.
Let me just say this. At one point in the hill, it kind of like curved and turned to the left.
But how do you keep the wheel straight when it's like going
I am
so
telling
fast?
you, I don't know the science behind it, but when I tell you that it took me a few months to gain the courage to go down this hill, hands up, and leaning my body to go into that turn,
no.
and not once did I ever fall. Not once.
How?
I don't fucking know. dude.
Like the speed wobbles, which by
there
the way,
was no speed wobble.
that's insane to
I'm
me.
not even kidding.
Which by the way brings me to something that I wanted to bring up was like a big hill. I did the same thing on a skateboard. Big hill. This was in Hemet again. With a couple friends. Like we all did it. And dude, and like thinking back, it was like we wanted to go higher. But then someone else was like, "No, just go from right here."
Yeah.
Dude. We went down and my skateboard just started kicking.
No, dude.
Splashing
I hate
waves.
this. I don't like
And
this
it just
already.
like shot out from under my feet. I literally did like 3 cartwheels and like my head hit the pavement during one of the roundabouts. And then I was pretty much like one of the buddies' grandmas was like lived down the street, so like oh shush. And so they limped me over there and healed me up, but dude, that sucked.
Yeah,
Speed wobbles, I don't know how you didn't get them.
I don't know either. I honestly, I don't know what the science was behind it, but I fucking lived through that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did, but I fucking did.
Dude, that's crazy. Props to you. And you made it through the turn.
Dude. And like my little sister would do it with me, and my neighborhood friends would do that with me. We were all fucking little evil Knievels, dude. Like,
dude, I remember I used to make like Good Charlotte music videos with my friends and film them on like a shitty handy hand camera or whatever. I miss those days.
Dude, I remember you talk about hand cameras. Me and my buddies. This is
Am I gonna like where this goes?
so embarrassing. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. We used to make our own episodes of MTV Cribs
I love it.
with like handheld cameras. Like we would go through our parents' house and just be like, "Yeah, this is my fucking bedroom," and we're like inside like.
I was in high school and I made a a real world episode with some friends.
That's amazing.
One night, yeah.
Dude, we would just walk around pretending like the fucking cars my dad drove. My dad had a Chrysler 300 once, and I'm like, yeah, I got the fucking Chrysler 300 over here. I was pimped out and all black and shit. And like, dude, it was...
Jesus.
The 2000s were a hell of a drug, man.
Hell
That's
of a
all I'm
drug.
gonna say. I love the 2000s, though. Where is that fucking VH1 show with us on it, dude?
Like, that's what I call music, 2000s or something.
Dude, do you know how many now that's what I call music volumes are out now? Do you know how many there are?
I forget about the other ones, like, what is it? Like, That's Hit. So, dude, I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's a
like,
few others, but yeah, it's like, that's what I call music.
Do you know how many volumes of that there are now? As of
Like
currently?
47.
74.
Whoa.
So you
I
were
got
close.
the numbers backwards.
Yeah, you were close. There's 74 of those. Bro, I remember the first one.
Is Ludacris still on it?
I have no idea. There's a Spotify playlist from now volume 1 through 50, and I actually revisit that quite a lot.
Why?
Dude, the songs are good.
Yeah, probably.
They're amazing. Like, I forget some of the songs that are on there. I'm like, damn, dude, this song is a bop. Like, speaking of bops, Kids Bop? That used to be my
See,
shit
that's
back in the
another
day.
one. See, Kids Bop. No.
Nice, dude. But
I also want to know about guitar.
okay.
I want to know what got you started, why, everything, what age.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, so if I remember right, I had a friend growing up from childhood. His name is Mitch Gonzalez. That is his name. He started playing drums when we were in 7th grade, and he was in drumline and all that kind of stuff. 8th grade, he started getting a little bit more serious. He started doing it competitively and all that kind of stuff, and he was really into Blink-182. Travis Barker was his favorite drummer, blah, blah, blah.
Of course.
Rest is history on that. He goes, you know what? You would be good at bass guitar, because you kind of look like Mark Hoppus with the way I had my hair and all that shit. And I'm like,
Jesus.
oh. I'm like, hey, you know what? Mark Hoppus, he's a talented guy. I love Blink-182 as well. So I was like, sure. Let me try bass guitar. That's my main instrument.
Do I smell a cover band coming on?
I want to do that so badly.
You didn't do it?
No, I haven't yet. I want to.
What?
Yeah, dude. Okay, so at 14 years old, I got my first bass, which I actually still have. It's a piece of shit, though. It's like made by this company called Johnson.
It's like a mom and pop shop.
Like not even a mom and pop shop. It was at Guitar Center for $150. It was just one of those like starter guitar things.
I bought one off of eBay for $75.
There you go, exactly. So parents bought me that. I went to private lessons for a while, all that kind of stuff. Then at 15 years old is when I met my friend Nick, who I still am in contact with. He's actually also the person I give credit to showing me pretty much every band in like hardcore, metalcore, and that kind of stuff. He is the gateway drug of that music.
Mm-hmm.
That's a horrible analogy, but at the same time, it's like he is the guy who showed me fucking Stake to Your Guns, Terror, First Blood, all that shit. Like back in the day, Half Heart, Comeback Kid, First, all that shit. So he taught me how to play Stairway to Heaven.
Beautiful.
And then he taught me how to play the Hell Song by Sum 41. That was the first song I learned fully on guitar, opening riff, power chords, solo, all that shit. And prior to playing guitar and all that, I was in the orchestra. I played violin from 4th to 6th grade, so I was familiar with the treble clef.
Mm-hmm. Can you still play violin?
No.
Because I think it's like a type of thing that you either are really good at or you completely suck.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't picked one up since I was in 6th grade, and I was 12 years old at the time, and I'm 32 now, so it's been 20 years. So I'm sure if I were to pick it up, I'd be like, wait, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But maybe I could pick it back up and it'd be fine. I don't know. I doubt it, though. It's a hard instrument to learn.
Yeah, because I've heard it's like the type of instrument that you definitely have to like give everything
You do.
to.
You really, really do. It's one of those instruments where my parents were like, okay, we're not going to we're not going to continue to let you do this if you don't progress.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was really frustrated with myself because when I would go to private lessons, I would be so mad that I couldn't play everything already. I was like, I just want to learn how to play songs. That's all I wanted to learn how to do.
Yeah.
But all my teachers would be like, no, you got to learn the basics. You got to learn your scales. You got to learn all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I would be, I'd be learning all that kind of stuff. And then eventually I learned how to read sheet music, and I can't do it anymore. It's so fucking hard to do. But
I can't read music.
I can't anymore. I went to music school at MI for a year, and I was like, dude, I cannot do this. I could do the schooling, I just couldn't read music. But so playing violin, the same, like the bass clef and the treble clef for the violin are the exact same, like E, A, D, G. The notes are in the exact same placement. So that was like one of the things that I remember transferring over into reading sheet music for bass. I was like, oh, I already kind of know this for violin. So, but at 15 years old is when I got my first guitar. My uncle actually got it for me for Christmas.
What was it?
It's an Ibanez, a G10, G10, GIO or some shit. Another just like starter guitar set. It cost like $300 or something.
I used to have an Ibanez that I got at a garage sale for $25. It wasn't bad.
Dude, Ibanez guitars are great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that, and I literally for the entirety of my high school career, from 10th grade to 12th grade, I would come home, I would do my homework, I would play guitar for an hour, eat dinner with my family, go upstairs for like 3 or 4 hours, and just noodle around on guitar. I would learn every song possible that I could learn within my like, what's the word I'm looking for? Within my range, I guess, like, the difficulty.
Okay.
So, like, I started learning how to play, like, Blink-182, The Offspring, Green Day, like, punk stuff. I eventually, like I said, got into the more metal side of things. I heard Avenged Sevenfold for the first time, and I heard Unholy Confessions, and I was like, what in the hell is that guy doing? I'm like, I've never heard this before. Like, how is he doing that? And I looked up a guitar tab for that, and I saw, like, the 5-0 palm mute, 7-0 palm mute on the top string, and I'm like, I was so mind blown. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you do that?
Yeah.
And so I eventually I remember for an entire weekend I spent in my room learning how to play Unholy Confessions. And granted, probably wasn't good at first, but it got better. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I would literally spend every waking moment that I could in my room playing guitar and bass.
Awesome.
And then,
I couldn't stop playing drums back in the day.
Oh, dude. I wish more than anything that I knew how to play drums better. I can keep simple beat. I can, like, do, like, regular 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, you know what I mean? Did punk beats and
we
stuff.
ever know each other when I was playing drums and singing?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I know that when I used to hang out with, like, Chris and Aldo a lot more, like, they would say, like, oh, yeah, Josh, like, I think there was one point in time when you guys didn't have a drummer. You guys were that you were doing that.
Aldo played drums.
Ah, okay.
And
okay. So I was kind of right. Just whatever.
Flip flop.
Yeah. So but I don't think I ever knew you personally when you played drums and sang.
Bummer.
Yeah. I mean, that must be so fucking Phil Collins over here, dude. That must be so.
Have you seen all those stupid memes of like people shutting cupboards or whatever the fuck?
Yes, of course. Like that one guy like getting socked in the face by that Nazi getting socked in the face by that dude. Like they did one for that.
So dumb, dude.
Amazing. And that just reminds me of Hot Tub Time Machine. Have you ever seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah. What about it?
The guy, the bald guy, like he like plays that drum
in
solo in the
that's right.
beginning, like right before he tries to kill himself. But after I got my guitar, all throughout high school, I was doing this private lesson, private lessons at this little like studio in Aliso Viejo called Lifetime Music Academy, and I would do private lessons there, playing bass only because.
Was it like you put up a business card and they contacted you or something, or what?
No. Like it was.
Like, did you work at the studio?
No. I went there to get lessons.
Oh, you went there to get lessons.
Yeah. I didn't work there. No. So it would be like, I would go there twice a week for 30 minutes each, and they had a little, I guess, class there called Live Ensemble Group. Mm-hmm. And so what that was you were placed in a band specifically with your genre of music of choice. So at that time it was like rock, blues, jazz, whatever, metal, which I guess was considered rock. They just lumped it in there. So yes. I would play in bands with like-minded individuals in my age group. Sometimes there would be a guy that would be a little bit older. Like I remember being in a band with a guy at like 16. This guy was like probably like 25, and he played drums. He was fucking so good at drums. At the time, I was like, "Can you play double bass?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude."
I got you, man.
Oh my god, we can play fucking Metallica. And like, so like we would play. That was like my first introduction into playing like in a band with people. Like, and when I was in orchestra, I would like, we would like not necessarily tour, but we would like play at our school at concerts, and we'd play in front of our parents and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Same idea with this, but playing rock music. Like I played in bands, and we would cover songs from like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Alice in Chains. There was one where we did Lamb of God and
nice.
Stained, and then we did one with like Guns N' Roses and fucking like Tool and A Perfect Circle and Chevelle. Like, we just did whatever we thought was sick. And we even did Atreyu once. I picked, hey, can we play Right Side of the Bed by Atreyu?
Nice.
It was awesome, dude. And so...
I would have loved that.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. That was like my first real like introduction into playing in an actual band with like a drummer, a guitarist, singer, bass player, all that kind of shit, keyboardist, whatever you have.
Yeah.
That was my first introduction to that, and I did that from when I was like 15 to like 18 years old, and then after that, I started going to shows a lot more, local shows. I started meeting other musicians. I met lots of drummers, vocalists, whatever. I made a lot of friends in local bands, and we would just jam together. I eventually started playing my first show in like the hardcore, like the local like hardcore scene that I ever played. I played for this band called Deadhead Lettuce.
Deadhead Lettuce.
It was my friend from high school's band, and they needed a second guitar player. We got to know each other. He was like, "Hey, why don't you play for my band?" I was like, "Absolutely, let's fucking do it." And the first show I ever played with them, which was my first show ever live on stage, was at Chain Reaction. We opened for Set Your Goals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. And this was like when Mutiny first came out, and it was like a giant hit. And we played on like a Wednesday night. It was sold out. Our set was like all 300 people just packed in there.
That's
Nobody
awesome,
knew
dude.
who the hell we were. No one gave a fuck who we were.
Yeah.
But they dug the music. They had fun, whatever. But everyone was just like, all right, can we get to fucking Set Your Goals, please? But we played a cover of this song called Rather Be Dead by Refused, and people went ape shit.
That's awesome.
And that was like the first taste of like, and bro, I don't know what your first show was like. You can tell me what it was like right now. But I fucking could not move. Like, I could play, but I just stood there. Power stance, just like, all right, fuck yeah, dude. Like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to be on stage with a band. I had no idea. It was so... Everybody else in the band was going fucking apeshit. Our vocalist was up there fucking putting the mic out. Our other guitar player was posy hopping like crazy. Our bass player was just going at it, and I'm just standing there like a fucking statue. I'm like, I'm just glad to be here. I'm cool with this, but yeah. And then after that, the rest is history. You pretty much know the rest of the history now. So
yeah, my first show was in my parents' garage for a buddy. I don't even know if we were technically friends at that moment. Some kid I knew in school, and he brought a friend, and then a friend of mine, and then she brought a friend, and then I think a couple other people. So like 6 people we played in front of. Like I gave them flyers and like the address to my parents' house.
yeah,
And yeah, it was in my parents' garage, and they sat in the driveway and watched us play a terrible set. I wore this like oversized button-up like picnic table
Mhm.
looking like
Yeah.
white, red checkered shirt.
Wonderful.
Cut the sleeves off.
Oh my god.
Wore, I'm sure, just like probably basketball shorts under that.
Oh yeah.
And then I think I played barefoot, and then black gloves
Oh.
while I played drums. Had a duct taped like neon green mic. And to top it off, we do you know that McDonald's rap, like from back in the day?
No.
Like the guy goes up to the drive-thru and like he orders in a wrap.
Oh yes.
Like,
Yes.
need a double cheeseburger and hold the
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
We opened with that.
That's fucking incredible.
I played a beat on the drums and our bass player rapped it, and then we went into our first song.
It's that's amazing. That's actually amazing.
Best show ever.
I actually remember, now that you brought it up, that you had a show at your parents' house. So I grew up in Southern Orange County in Aliso Viejo, which is the whitest place on earth.
Let's say the worst. Well, same thing. Yeah.
It's a very affluent area. A lot of wealthy people live there. Lots of gated communities.
Lots of Karens.
Tons of
Lots of let me speak to
You
your
want
managers.
to know something funny? I had to explain to my mom 3 weeks ago what a Karen is, and she thought it was the funniest thing on the earth. Because she's not one.
What's your mom's name, though?
I'm not going to say what my mom's name is. I don't want people looking her up. No, it's not. It's not.
All right.
But I had to explain to her what that was.
Yeah.
And how I explained to her, I was like, Mom, do you remember the show John and Kate plus A from TLC? And she was like, oh my god, yes. And I go, remember what Kate looked like? She was like, ugh, yes. And I remember the haircut that she had with the blonde streaks and the fucking stupid big ass sunglasses that made her look like a fucking insect? She was like, yeah. I'm like, well, imagine that and saying, can I speak to your manager to everywhere you go? She's like, oh my god, I fucking hate those people. I'm like, that's what a Karen is.
Yeah, pretty much.
My mom has never been like that a day in her life. So to her, this was like, my mom's almost 60 now.
Yeah.
And she like is hearing this for the first time. She was crying laughing. Like she thought it was the funniest thing ever, dude. And I'm so glad I got to be the one to explain it to her. Because what had happened was we were going to pick up food from somewhere, and this is right when dining rooms started to open from the pandemic. Yeah. Which is, by the way, dumbest thing you can do right now is doing that. Because we were talking about it, we were literally being like, oh yeah, did you see like how places are opening up in the dining rooms now? And I'm like, man, I hope nowhere around here is doing that. We turn around the corner, and there was a sign for the Buffalo Wild Wings in their town center said, dining room open, and me and my mom go, oh, literally at the same time. And so that's when I explained to her, I don't remember how we got on the subject.
Isn't there already like over 10,000 deaths, or no, cases and almost 400 deaths in like Riverside County, I think?
I'm not 100%
I don't
on
know.
Riverside County, but in Orange County, I know that it's very, I don't really like to pay attention to those statistics just because I don't want to scare myself. Like when, I'm not going to lie, I'm not as bad fearing of COVID as I was when it first started. I think everybody can kind of say that.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit, I don't want the second wave to come, because then I think that's when shit's really going to hit the fan and we're really going to be in a lot of trouble. That's just what I think. Yeah. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Either way, I doubt I'll stop working. I haven't stopped working.
Yeah, I mean, like, and neither will I, and that's the way it is, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just when I first heard that we were the first country with over 1 million cases, I was like, what does that say about this country?
Yeah.
Like, how entitled are we as a country to be like, fuck the pandemic, I don't give a fuck, I'm not going to wear a mask, I'm not going to socially distance myself.
People just want what they want.
They do. And unfortunately, like, we're sitting 6 feet apart, we're doing good, we're fine. You know what I mean? No, we are. Trust me. Like
6 feet?
Yeah, that's 6 feet, dude. I was just at Midas, getting my fucking tires looked at, and that's 6 feet. And I'm like, we're sitting far enough apart. That's safe, right?
Yeah.
But some people don't give a flying fuck. They're like, let's go to the beach with a large group of people and sit 3 inches away from each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck are you doing?
Well, even when it was in the heat of it in the beginning, kind of, there was like the what are the people on Cancun or not Cancun, spring break.
Yo, yeah.
All the spring breakers.
In fucking Florida. And
Like, we don't care, we want party, and like they
literally, these people don't fucking understand like what can happen to them.
Have you watched any of those interviews with the spring breakers during that time? They're so funny.
Some, sure, yeah. I mean, I've only seen the one that went viral where it's just like, I'm turning 21 and I want to go to the bars and I don't want to fucking whatever that video was that went viral. I saw that one. I'm sure there are so many more.
I'm gonna lasso us through. We were talking about you were in the widest place of something.
Yes.
back to the trail. We talked about the Karens and then we went into other shit. And,
so my family agreed to let me have a house show at our house.
Well, we're talking about shows still.
Yes, that's why I cannot believe you went that far off track.
House show in the widest place or something.
So I grew up in a very, very, very cushy neighborhood where people probably didn't know heavy metal music existed.
Okay.
And so my parents obviously know I listened to that kind of stuff. I would blast it in my room all the time. And so my first band ever was called Recordings of a Murder. Cringy. But
Recordings of a Murder.
And so house shows were a huge thing. Church shows were a huge thing. So my drummer had a house show at his house once. Went very well. Lots of people came. Lots of kids from my high school came. Lots of kids from other high schools came. It was a lot of fun. So I wanted to have one at our house because we had a relatively big garage. And I just was scared to ask my parents because they did not approve of me listening to that kind of music. So I was like, guys, I know that you don't like this type of music, but I would really like to put on a show here. A lot of my friends will come. We won't go inside the house. I promise that everything will be fine. Nothing will get broken. And my dad, without hesitation, was like, that sounds great. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And I'm like,
that's cool.
I was like, you realize what kind of music is going to be playing? He's like, dude, I don't care that you listen to that kind of music. Yes, I'm not going to listen to it, but like, if you like it and if your friends want to come over and have a good time, let's do it. Mind you this.
Did your dad like take his shirt off and like spit fire and stuff?
No, my dad didn't come in. My dad didn't watch the show at all, which I don't mind that. But my grandfather, his birthday was the day of that show. And him and my grandma came over from Northern California. They tripped down here, and friends of mine would go inside to use the bathroom. My grandpa was like, who are all these people? And my dad was like, oh, they're all Billy's friends. And my grandpa was like, wow, Billy has so many friends. He's like, this is wonderful. I've never seen so many people here at this house for my grandson. And
just a happy man.
He was so happy. My dad was just like, you don't understand. Because my grandpa is not, he wasn't really musically inclined. He played the harmonica, but he's an artist. He taught me how to draw. He taught me how to do a lot of things artistically.
I've always wondered how to play the harmonica.
I do.
Dude, I don't.
It's hard.
I
don't know how to, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So, we bonded over that, and that's why I drifted into the arts as a young kid.
Yeah.
Because of my grandpa. But so the show was great. There was 2 things about the show that were not fun. There was this kid in my high school who tried to start a fight with my drummer, and my drummer hid in my sister's room for hours. We thought he went missing. We called him. We ran in my entire neighborhood shouting his name. We were so scared. And then the cops got called only because there was a kid in the middle of the street after the show was over with a megaphone hitting a snare drum going, bah, 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 bah. That's all he would do for 5 minutes. The cops got called for that. The show
was just nonsense screaming into a megaphone and hitting a snare drum in the middle of the street?
For no fucking reason. For no reason. That kid was
what was he on?
Nothing. He was straight edge. He was just a fucking troll. That's all he was. He was just being an idiot.
Jeez.
But
sounds like fun though.
oh, dude, it was the most fun I've had at my parents' house in a long time. But after the show was over, the cleanup was easy. Everybody, to sidetrack, before the show, my dad told every neighbor in our community, hey, we're having a concert here. Please don't call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
This is for my son. Let him have this. Because this was also my senior year of high school.
Nice.
So it was like
Kinda
one of those things
like
where
a little present.
Yeah, exactly. And it was also one of those things where kids at my school was like, dude, remember that kid Billy Sweet that had the fucking really cool hardcore show at his house? Dude, that was so sick.
Nice.
So many people who went to that. Dude, there was a wall of death in my garage. 2 of them.
How big was your garage?
Dude, I don't even know.
And how many people were there?
Dude, probably like 60 people.
Jeez.
50, 60 people. It was...
And you had to fit like all the band gear and stuff?
Well, the band gear, what we did was we put the band gear outside. And anytime a band would play, the garage door would be closed. But the next band would stand in front of their gear. Or like 1 or 2 people or somebody would stand in front of the gear just to make sure nothing happened to it. So, and that went on without a hitch too. Like, that was totally fine. Nothing got stolen, nothing got broken, nothing happened. It was wonderful.
Nice. It
was a good time, dude. It was such a good time. I remember my mom and dad made a flyer that said, if you're here for the house show, here's the gate code. They put it on the fucking thing in the front, and
that's awesome.
It was so cool, dude. Like, and my dad and I have talked about this like in recent times, and he still to this day is like, that was one of the coolest things like I ever got to witness, like you be a part of.
Yeah.
So, my mom and my dad have seen me play before, but like when it started getting to like, oh, you're starting to play into hardcore, man. Sorry, dude. Like we'll support you. We'll buy your album. We won't listen to it, but we'll listen to it. But we'll listen to it. But it's. My parents were very supportive the entire time. There was one point in time when I first started touring where they were like, we don't know if we want you doing that, but, I don't know if your parents were like that, but,
No, it was more of like there was up to a point where my dad was talking about, like, the whole Plan B type thing, and
oh, yeah.
And I know he always, like, probably, thinks that, but, no, it got to a point where I was in a band called Notion Alive, and I released a acoustic cover with my bandmates of Woe Is Me's Fame Over Demise. And it got a ton of views, and it kind of like put my name out there in the scene. And then from An Ocean Alive, we played a lot of shows in our town and whatnot, and like the neighboring towns and everything, but like it didn't really go much. But because of all that, like he saw how our shows locally were and how well our video did of that cover, that he was like, oh wow, like you could actually do something with this. And then it was like, it wasn't necessarily that he wasn't on board with things, he was just thinking of like the future. But then once he saw that I could actually like do something and I actually had like a talent, everything kind of changed, and he was more on board with things and a lot more supportive, and it was awesome.
Fuck yeah. I remember the first thing I ever saw you was your cover of King of Amarillo.
Yep. Sounds about right.
I remember that, and I will always remember, and please do not take this as an insult, because you know what I'm about to say to you, is I was like, I think one of the first things I ever said to you, besides, hi, my name is Billy, is, I love your voice. It reminds me of Tyler Carter.
That sounds about right.
Because I remember meeting you because I think the first time I saw Redeem Revive was either when my old band played with you.
I'm pretty sure.
Or you guys like had like a one-off show at Chain, just like opening for another package. It wasn't with One Last Look. I remember that was like your guys' first
Secrets?
Show. No. It was, I think...
Because we did the Fragile Figures.
Yeah. No, I remember that, but...
I don't know.
I think it was... I think you guys just like... It was just a local band showcase. Like, you guys just played with a bunch of other local bands, and I just... Because I don't remember... I don't remember any other of. I mean, like I've seen you guys play with like I saw you guys play with Johnny Craig.
Yeah, that was a weird show.
It was so weird. By the way,
it was us.
it was only Johnny Craig, you guys, and then
A
one
rapper,
other band.
right? I think I like a rapper.
No.
No?
There was another heavy band that opened. I just don't remember the name.
Oh, you know what? It was us who we were like pretty voice screaming,
Yes.
and then there was like a heavy band, and then there was Johnny Craig, like
Yeah.
soulful R&B music. That was the weirdest freaking show.
During your guys' set, there was a dude that was like 250 pounds, jacked, so jacked,
I think I remember
and he was literally crowd killing to you guys.
that.
And I was like, this is not the
think I remember
right.
that.
This is not the right show to be doing it at. But I was like having a good time.
Because there's like a bunch of little girls like waiting for Johnny Craig to come on.
Yeah, they were just like they literally like there were so many like little kids who were there who were so scared.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
they're like, dude, I'm just here to literally see Johnny Craig. Which, by the way, I know if you like him, that's fine. I fucking do not like that guy. I think he is a pile. Dude.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But dude, at that show, legitimately, there was a kid who gave him a Twix bar from the snack bar, and he just walked away and just was like this. He took the Twix bar. Imagine this is the Twix bar. He took it like this, and just walked away. And the guy was like, "What? I don't get a fucking thank you?" And I was like, "What a dick! You didn't even thank him. How rude, dude!" I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad. But
It's kind of a grade A douchebag.
yeah, I mean, like, dude, I don't even want to get into that kind of stuff. But then, like, I remember, and then I remember your guys' Kesha cover was really fucking good.
Oh, jeez. Dude, that's the second band I've covered a Kesha song in.
I loved that one.
I don't know why. That's a thing.
That one was so good.
Kesha, come on.
And
Yeah.
then you guys did. I feel like.
Do you ever wish that like you could just go on tour to catch up on all your shows on Netflix that you're behind on?
No.
No? Okay.
Want to know why? Because I catch up on everything when I'm not on tour. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I try my very hardest to watch what's current because I am very in tune with pop culture. At least I like to think that I am. I know there's a few things that like are brand new that I haven't seen yet, but like if I'm late on something, I will watch the shit out of it until I can't anymore. Like Breaking Bad, I had never seen Breaking Bad until last year. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I watched it.
Guess what I just started? Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, dude, great show.
Amazing.
Great show.
I'm
I fucking
in
love
season
that show.
2, but it's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Did you ever finish Game of Thrones?
Yep.
What did you think of it? What did you think of the ending in specific?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Because I remember when you first started it, I'm like, fuck yeah, Josh, fuck yeah.
It was not what I would want. I guess I'll say that much.
Dude, I remember watching the final episode, and when
I think because I'm not a fan of Bran.
see,
Don't like him. I just don't like him.
a lot of people say that,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to say I don't
I
like
think that's
him
why.
either. I'm not going to say I don't like him as a character either, but at the same time, I do understand why people don't. I thought his character was interesting. I love the arc of him
Interesting,
being the
but yeah.
three-eyed raven and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But when it came to him being king, I was like,
Yeah.
No.
I did not like
like he
him.
literally once said, "I don't ever want to be a king."
And then he's like,
Why do you
But,
think I travel all the way here? And then I'm like, no, dude, Jon Snow needs to be fucking king.
whatever.
By the way, that was another wasted arc about him being a Targaryen.
Oh, yeah.
That pissed me off.
Weren't they supposed to do like a spin-off of him or something? Or no?
No, they are doing a spin-off, but it has nothing to, it's going to be called Blood Moon, which is going to be about, it's like 10,000 years before the timeline of Game of Thrones that we saw,
Okay.
and it's going to be about the children of the forest and the creation of the Night King, possibly,
Ooh.
so that'll be interesting, but that's just speculation on what people have said in the industry,
That'd be
but
cool.
I'm not sure if that's 100% going to be a thing. But I remember when the final scene, when everybody from the Night's Watch is walking beyond the wall on their horses and the screen fades black,
Yeah.
I literally out loud went, "That's it?" And I was like, okay, well, it's over now.
Yeah.
And like the first 3 episodes of that season, phenomenal.
I like how there was like petitions to like get it redone.
Dude, people infuriate me when it comes to that. Like after episode 8 came out from Star Wars, The Last Jedi, everyone was like, "Oh, petition to rewrite that movie." It's like, what do you mean?
Do you like all the Star Wars movies?
Yes, I love all of them.
Can't stand Rogue One.
Why?
Boring.
I get it.
Only cool part was the ending scene.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
dude. Are you kidding me?
And I always love a good tie-in.
Oh, dude, and
You know me.
and that tied in
Yeah,
real good.
real good.
Like, I was invested in the movie. Like, I saw that movie opening night in the theaters and all that kind of shit. So for me, it was really, really cool. Like, I've rewatched that movie a bunch of times, and sometimes I get halfway through and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the end. That was like me with Solo. When I first saw Solo, have you seen that?
Is that the free
Han Solo?
climber?
Huh?
Oh, Star Wars. I'm thinking of the climber guy.
Oh, Free Solo.
Free
yeah,
Solo.
no, not that one, not that one. No. But the Han
Solo. I haven't seen that one.
Okay, well then never mind. I'm not going to spoil that one for you. But
It's okay. I don't care.
you don't care?
Mm. I'll see it eventually, but like I'm okay.
I'm not about spoiling movies, so I'm not going to.
Appreciate it. I like the moral code.
Thank you. But I remember seeing that movie, thinking the same thing. It's like, man, this is kind of boring. Then the ending came around. I was like, wow, that was a really good ending. But with Rogue One, it was one of those movies where I was like, in the theater, so enthralled, so into the story. I saw that movie like 5 times in the theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it that much. But then when I rewatch it now, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but definitely am not one of those movies where I'm like, oh man, I need to watch this again. But I love all of the movies, even the movies that get so much shit.
Master of Disguise. Did you ever like that?
The one with Dana Carvey,
Yep.
I've only seen it once when I was in like 8th grade, and I don't even remember
Okay.
it.
So you were at the right age that you saw it. Did you like it?
I
Did you think?
probably did.
Yeah, you probably thought it was funny, right?
Yeah.
Watch it now. Go home. I think it might be on.
I think it's on Netflix.
I think so.
I think so.
Go home, watch it. Let me know what you think. Do a review. You do reviews now, right?
Yeah.
Please do a review.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like people like, have you seen Uncut Gems?
Yep. Yep. Dude, that ending. Like how your keys jingle.
Dude, has she seen it?
Yeah, but I think she fell asleep.
What?
Uncut Gems?
Adam Sandler.
I think I watched most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw most of it.
The ending of that movie
Yep.
was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen.
Yep.
I did not expect it
So quick.
at all. At all. Like, I remember being like, dude, fuck yeah, he won, and all of a sudden, bam. And I
Crazy.
literally dropped my phone and I was like,
So quick.
what? Like, I literally was in shock for a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. My mouth was like, But that movie was so good. It
Yeah.
was an anxiety trip the entire time. And Julia Fox, bro? Oh my dear God.
Yeah.
I don't know where she came from.
I can't even remember what she looks like.
I like her, dude. I like her.
Couldn't tell you. Can't remember at all what she looks like.
Go look it up.
You-
It won't be this
You
bad.
saw Dave.
Oh my God.
I loved
Dave
it.
is amazing.
So
Dude,
good, dude.
I had never listened to Lil Dicky before.
No?
No, never. I did not know who. I mean, I knew who he was, but I did not know his music.
Yeah.
Because of Dude, I watched that show in one sitting. I watched it for 6
It's
hours.
so good.
It's such an easy watch.
It's emotional too. I'm like, oh
Dude,
my god.
it gets real sometimes,
Yeah.
and I love that it got real. I think Kevin Hart had a lot to do with that because he's an
Oh, yeah.
executive producer. I'm pretty sure he was like, hey, we need to tell this story about your boy Gata here.
Yeah.
We gotta tell that story,
Yeah.
and then we gotta have that little side story with your audio engineer homeboy and that Asian girl. Their little connection. Tell that. That'll create a little bit of depth for them, and then we gotta really fuck your character up by having him lose his girl.
Yep.
And dude, let me just say, I am sure as a musician you have had so many conversations with, at least for me, I've had girls that I've dated in the past where they didn't understand my passion for music
Oh yeah.
and didn't like the fact that I toured,
Oh yeah.
and they thought all of this shit that I'm not going anywhere and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And I had so many of those conversations, like in that episode where they're at the wedding talking about that shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
that hit home. It was hard. It honestly choked me up. It really did.
Yeah.
And then what really did it for me was when he was at the airport about to go on the Breakfast Club. Before he went on the Breakfast Club, he texted her being like, hey,
Yeah.
here's the new Hulu password.
Yep.
And she was about to type something out, and then she just hits him with the
The thumbs up.
That broke me, dude.
Like, oh, what a bummer.
That shit sucked.
What a bummer.
Because that happened with a previous ex-girlfriend of mine that I was trying to, like, rekindle something with, you know.
Super close to home then.
Very, very close to home. It was very, very hard.
I'm going to kick it into overdrive real quick. I usually like to think of a couple things sometimes and see what you think about it.
Mhm.
Did you know that avocados drip? Sorry, not avocados, sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote avocados, but I just realized they were sweet
Did
potatoes.
you need to get avocados earlier today, Josh?
No, but we were talking about avocados.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But did you know sweet potatoes drip?
What do you mean?
When they're bad.
When they start to get bad, they like leak fluids.
No.
Now you do. So moving on.
Okay.
What do you prefer when you come up to a not ran by a light stoplight like intersection, you know, just stop signs. So, but you come up to the crosswalk and you need to cross the street. Do you like for like all the cars to get out of your way and then you cross? Or do you want to do the whole back and forth where like you wave the car but they wave you and you're like, oh no, fine, and you just walk across like in a haste?
No, I like to. At least for me personally, I will wait for the cars
To they go and do their thing. Yeah.
Because I don't know. That's just the way I've done it.
Yeah, but like,
And, yeah, I guess.
but like then they're looking at you. So I started doing this thing. It seemed to work, where I intentionally like I'll get to that point and I'll notice like I know they're gonna look at me and like wave me through, and I don't want that. You go first. So I'll intentionally turn my back and like be looking at my phone or like
Sure.
like I'm looking for someone or
Sure.
something, you know.
Yeah.
And so like they're like, oh, he's not paying attention. I guess I'm just gonna go then.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I want. So next time, if you ever want to use that, now you know that method.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Shoot, man. It's been a lot of fun talking to you and
I
catching
love
up.
talking to you. I could fucking talk to you for so long.
Yeah.
You're so.
I know as soon as we end this, which is probably going to be soon, I'm going to think of so many more things to talk about.
Dude, that's totally fine, bro. I don't.
But we can always save them for next time.
Can I save them for another time? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what the great thing about fucking the world we live in is technology.
Yes, sir. Billy Sweet,
Josh Landon,
thank you for talking to me.
thank you for having me.
Make a podcast and call it Sweet Talk.
All right, I'll call it Sweet Talk.
And also watch Master of Disguise and do a review.
Oh my god.
Please.
Okay, one quick story.
All right, go
One
for it.
quick story
No,
that
yeah,
has
make it
to-
a long one. I don't care.
No. It's not gonna be that long. It has to deal with Master of Disguise though. But
Oh, perfect.
my favorite part from when I was a kid, I do remember, is when he was like, "My turtle not turning up for the turtle club." Turtle. Okay, so
You said that was your favorite part?
that was my favorite part.
Okay.
I thought it was so.
As soon as you said, "This was my favorite part," I knew what scene you were gonna pick, and I really hoped you weren't gonna pick it. The movie's terrible. Okay, there, I said it.
I'm fucking sure it is, dude. I bet.
But that
anything-
scene in particular,
yeah.
and it probably has to do with something deep rooted in my skull, in my brain, that has to do with all the kids in school going around, dude, no, stop, hey, don't do it.
Hey, don't do it.
I can't stand it. So the fact that you picked that scene, angry at you.
Alright. But so what me and my friend used to do, and this was so bad in retrospect, we used to prank call the operator. Like, you just press 0, hello operator, and we would literally just, two things. My friend would be, "Are you single?" He would say, "Are you single?" And the operator would be like, "What did you say?" "Yeah, are you single?" He would say that, and then we would both, at the same time, we would call, he'd put the phone in the middle, and he'd count to 3, and then when the woman would pick up, "Oh, hello operator, we not turtle enough for the turtle club, turtle." We would do that constantly.
I hate it.
It was so much
I regret
fucking-
doing this podcast.
So
I'm not gonna post this one.
Oh,
I know I could edit that out, but I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna post
you
it.
better fucking leave it in there, dick.
All right, baby. I love you.
Alright, I love you too.
Thanks you for coming.
Thanks you.
for coming.
Thanks you.
This is the Prepare for Landon podcast with Joshua Landon and Billy Sweet from Sweet Talk Podcast. Now you have to do it. Bye
I
bye,
will.
people.
Bye bye.